Hey, everybody, it's Susie Mufareh, proud global founder for a company called Unpassive. And today is our Let's Bless Our Loved Ones guest webinar. And you've been invited by someone who wants you to hear about the company Unpassive and this rare opportunity right now. And I say rare because the opportunity is going to be gone very soon to become a founding member of this company. The way today is going to work, we're going to have a few speakers. You'll hear the presentation by Mike Ellis, and then afterwards, the rest of the panel will give a few bits of their insight into this company. This is not your typical webinar where you're going to be asked to pull out a credit card or upsell you or anything. We do not convince, pester, or pressure whatsoever. We are here to let you know about this because someone who cares about you invited you to look at this. And the cool thing is, the only way to become a founder, like the rest of us here on the panel, is to get back to the person who invited you. So today is about you, our guest, and you're going to learn about a company called Unpassive. Okay, so sit back and relax. Our first speaker is Marty Dicarmo. He comes to us from the state of New Jersey in the United States. The first 17 plus years of Marty's career, he was in the corporate world as a project manager, traveling across the globe. After that, for the last 15 plus years, Marty has been involved with online businesses, online marketing. Marty has been around the block. He has seen it all. He has seen all sorts of online businesses, and he's going to shed some wisdom today as to why when he saw Unpassive, he knew that this would be the last business for him, his family, and his friends. So Marty, it's all yours.
Susie, thank you very much. Fantastic job as always. Welcome everybody. Hello to our guest. It is the 19th of April, 2022. And the reason you're here today is you want to hear about a business that can maybe change your life. As Julie said, I'm 62 years old. I have trouble saying that. I want to say 45, but 62 years old. And I've been online since 2004. It's actually my 18th year. There was many years. I don't want to say how many and how much I lost online. The wife is only 3 foot away from me right now, so I have to be careful what I talk about. But anyway, like everyone else, I got online. People get on by the thousands every day. I think 10,000 new people come online every day. And I got on through necessity. I wanted to make extra money online. And I didn't mean extra. I meant really I wanted to replace my income. And I saw that it could be done. So I figured if it could be done, I can do it. Well, you get in and there's so many hidden things online. And if you've been on longer than 30 days, you're going to understand exactly what I'm about to say. You get into a business, and 99.9% of business, they have an auto ship. So you buy a kit. Sometimes they call it a kit, but whatever they call it. So you get the stuff you're buying from that certain company could cost you anywhere between 100 to even 500. I've been in business that cost 2,500. You pay, you think it's the best thing that ever happened, so you go at it 100%. And you get in that business and you do what they tell you to do. They tell you to make a list of your friends and family. We all did it. And some of your friends, some of your family follow you. And what happens is, as you're going, it always stems back to, can you market? Can you build a list? Can you get eyes on what you're selling? Because contrary to what people might believe, as a guru or tells you, follow me, do what I do, and in 90 days, you'll be tripping over money, right? Well, that's not true. Obviously, if it was true, 97, 98% of the people that fail online wouldn't be failing. Numbers don't lie. We have a numbers guy here today. Numbers do not lie. So I went on about, as years are going on in different businesses, and what happens there too is you get in the business, the next month you owe an auto ship. And like I said, from 100 to 500 could be. So I didn't make any money because the amount of people I brought in didn't even make me break even. So I owe that auto ship. So now I'm out the initial 100 to 500. The next month I owe another 100 to 500. And the people that I invited to this miraculous business, they owe 100 to 500. Okay. They didn't bring anybody in. So their hopes and dreams are dashing very quickly, because if they duplicate what they did the month before, they're going to get nothing. Okay. So then you start scrambling. How can I get more people? And the gurus want to tell you, well, if you read a bunch of books and you go to this big event and they spark you up and get you all fired up, you're going to go home and people are going to follow you like the Pied Piper. And not true. That doesn't happen. Yes, you annoy people for about a week, then reality comes back and you realize you can't market just like you couldn't last week, and you won't be able to next week because you didn't get the skills. It doesn't, you don't, time online doesn't give you automatic knowing how to market. It's not. I don't care how long you've been on. You have to actually learn how to do it. Well, they don't want to tell you that, because if they tell you that, then they got to tell you it costs a lot of money and it takes a lot of time. And what you learn today, next month or the month after, could change just a little bit. So it's a moving target that you have to learn, and nobody teaches you it. No one. This is the road I took. This is the road people take. Now, so you're jumping around, and you're saying, man, then you get in the business and you feel trapped. Why? You spent the 500. The next month you spend another 500. You're $1,000 invested. You can't afford to quit. At least you think you can. I'm going to do whatever it takes. So you do whatever they're doing. They tell you, finally, you just can't stay. Or thank God the company folds. I mean, that sounds horrible, right? So another one comes down the pike, and for some odd reason, in your mind, you think this one's different. So you do it again. Except now, some of the people you go to on the list, they're hiding from you. In fact, you're the talk of the party, okay? Hey, did Marty approach you? Yeah, watch out for him. He's got another scheme of some kind, right? And that goes on for all of us if you do it online. I know it's Mike's laughing because he knows exactly. I've worked with Mike for 10 years. Anyway, I didn't want to make this too long, but I really want to relate to the people watching so that you don't feel like you're different than somebody else. You're the same as somebody else. We're all went through this. And by the way, the 2% that are making money, 1.5% of them are lying. Really, they don't have residual income. It's fact. Anyway, so about 8 years into it, I started to learn how to market. And thank God I ran into Mike Ellis and Dan Street. Dan's not here. And between the three of us, we had skills that the other one didn't have. Mike could do videos. I could market on Facebook. Dan had money and wrote like a champ. So you got auto responders and all that. And even with us three, and we could market, and we built teams of thousands, we failed. I know it's hard to believe. We could bring in 200 people a day and we failed. Let me tell you why. Now, because I moved over into a different part of the spectrum of working online, now what happens is we can bring the people in, but I'm bringing people in who? People that were me 10 years earlier. They don't know what they're doing. Then what do I find myself doing? The same lie that the gurus told me. Hey, make a list, come to a webinar, do this, do that, and you'll be successful. Then you're thinking, okay, that's not working. I got to bring in people faster. So you raise your budget, you bring people in faster, and then you're thinking, wait, this isn't what I want to do. I don't want to look somebody in the eye and say, you follow me and do what I tell you, you're going to make it. You know why? It's a lie. It's not true. and working with Mike and Dan about 3 years ago, it was getting to the point, either we create a business that's fair to everyone, because no business was fair to everyone. All right, I'm going to stop doing it. I couldn't keep doing this. We built up a system. We made a system for that business. We branded that business, and the business disappears one night. You go in the morning, it says down for maintenance. Down for maintenance means goodbye, okay, in some other language, because it never comes back. Anyway, about 3 years ago, over 3 years ago, I ran into somebody I worked with, Red Redford, who's here, and Peter Rogers, and they were doing something, and I trusted them. I wasn't looking at, oh, the big guru did that. Found out big gurus don't have a magic wand. Mike had to bang me in the head with that many times. No, that guy doesn't know. And he was right. So I went to Red and I said, what are you guys doing? And they said, we're in a business called Unpassive. Okay. So I said, I had certain questions, only 3, 4, 5. That's it. He answers those questions. Yes, I'm in. Is there an auto ship? No. Are the products in high demand? Yes. And I don't have to buy them? No. Okay, here's one. Can anybody do it? Yes, it's 100% automated. Do they have to recruit? Because I know they don't know how. No. I'm in. I signed it up. I went to now I didn't know all the stuff, but I knew enough. It's digital products, high demand. They're not reinventing the wheel. I don't have to talk somebody into buying some left-handed sky wrench that only works when you're on, it's a full moon. It was perfect. They were products that are out there being sold for the millions, but they're better. Mike's going to go over this. You don't want me to do that. You don't have that much time. So we did it. I've been in since for 3 years. And I believe this, and this statement was made between us. If this business is 10% of what I think it is, it's worth every penny. And I was wrong. Once again, it's 10 times better than I thought it was. And every month that goes by, it's even better yet. Mike's going to explain that. And about 2 weeks ago, we have companies around the world. We have stations around the world. And he's going to tell you where we're stationed now. And it's, boom, mind-blowing. I'm going to turn it over to Mike Ellis, my business partner and friend. He's going to try to take the stuff I just mumbo-jumbo to you and make it make sense. But please listen to Mike and you'll find out what's going on. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, thanks, Marty. Very, very good introduction to Unpassive and online marketing. And Marty has shown everybody the shortfalls of online marketing. And the first question that comes up, is there really a solution to that? Something that will actually help me make money online? And the answer is yes, there is a solution to that. And we're going to be talking about Unpassive today. And I'm going to talk about Unpassive in a couple of different ways. I'm going to talk about corporate Unpassive, and then we'll get to what you're really interested in. What can Unpassive do for you? Can Unpassive give me the ability to develop an income, develop residual income, and develop wealth online? Really, that's the question everybody here comes to these meetings with. Can I make money with Unpassive? But before I get there, it's important to know who you're working with. And Unpassive is really, really unique. It was started by a gentleman of the name of Ash Mufareh. And Ash came to the table a little differently than most people building a very, very large business do. Now, I froze up there, Marty. Can you guys still hear me? There it is. Okay. Yeah, I froze up for a little bit. Sorry, guys.
You're okay, Mike. You're okay. Even when you froze up, we could hear you.
Okay. Very, very good. Ash Mufareh came to corporate America a little differently than most large companies, people that build large companies come to business. When you look at corporate America, people come in and they develop a corporation with one thing in mind. They want to take as much money from the consumer as they can. They want to make as much money as they can. Yeah, they want to bring a little value to the consumer, but their bottom line, that is their bottom line. They want to make as much money as they can. They want to take as much money out of your pocket as possible. And that is the philosophy of business of corporate America today. That's what they do, period. Ash Mufareh came to the table just a little differently. He thought, listen, if I can give people tremendous value that they've never had before with the products that they produce, if I can bring this value to the table and the value is so good, when people look at it, they can't say no. They have to say yes. He thought he could build a massive corporation by just bringing value and not worrying about what's going to be coming in monetarily. And that's what he's done. And what happens when you do this, and this is what's revolutionary, this is what's so unique about Ash Mufareh. When you do that, and many of you know this in the back of your mind, when you give people what they want, you always benefit from that. And when you give tremendous value to people, there are no limits to where the corporation can go. And I say that to tell you that today, after 3 years, Unpassive today is a unicorn company. And this is by producing tremendous value. And they are a unicorn company, is a company that has a value of $1 billion. They are a multi-unicorn company. They have a value of about $5 billion today. This is before the launch of Unpassive. And Unpassive has done that with his tech team in Hyderabad. They're the individuals that built all the products of Unpassive. All of these products are proprietary. They're cutting edge. They're the best of the best, superior products at a lower price point. There's the value. So you have a superior product at a superior price, very, very, very low price. And as people come in and look at the products of Unpassive, they're going to see the sheer value that Ash Mufareh is putting right in front of them, and they're going to come in and they're going to flock in, guys, absolutely flock in. Now, the products of Unpassive, they're IT products, and they're AI IT products, artificial intelligence, informational technology products. And they're wide ranging. They range anywhere from an automated marketing platform that has all the IT tools that we use to market online, to an educational platform, to a HR platform, human resources platform, to a webinar platform, to all kinds of IT products that are being used online today and are in very, very high demand. Most of these niches that Ash is in, they're multi-billion-dollar niches. So what Ash has done, he's come out with very, very large niche products, presented tremendous value. And as we go into the global launch of Unpassive to the world, and we are in that global launch right now, as we start bringing customers in to look at the products of Unpassive, they're absolutely going to love them. They're going to flock in and they're going to buy them. The reason I bring that up is volume is so important when we start looking at what Unpassive is going to be doing for us. And the sheer volume that Unpassive is going to be doing as we launch to the world, the initial launch to the world, it's going to be extraordinary. And I'll give you one example. Today, we're doing a webinar on Zoom. Zoom is one of the largest webinar platforms in the world today. They do a tremendous amount of business every year. They pull in about $2.3 billion in profits and revenues every year. They're the big dog on the block. And when we look at the Zoom webinar, we know that this technology, because we've used it for quite a while, it's antiquated. It's just not that good. It's old technology. And we know that the webinar platform that Unpassive is coming out, which is OConnect, we know that as it comes out, and we've had people tell us this, they believe that OConnect will take 90 to 95% of the market away from Zoom. That's a massive amount of customers coming from Zoom into Unpassive. That's one product, and it gives you an idea of the sheer volume that Unpassive is going to be bringing in as we introduce Unpassive to the customers around the world. And our market today, by the way, is over 5 billion people. So we've got a massive market. Everything, all the stars are lined up for Unpassive because of what Ash has done, because of what the tech team has done, and then because of what the founding members have done. And I'll get to that in just a second. So Unpassive, as you look at it, as you look at everything that's happened, and today we are in Dubai, and we have 2 floors in the Burj Khalifa building in Dubai. You might not know what that is. It's a really, really big deal. You don't get into that building unless you are a big dog, a big player. That's what Unpassive is. So as we look at Unpassive and what Ash has done, understand that Unpassive is going to have tremendous longevity. That's so important if you want to come online, build an income, build residual income, and build wealth online. You have to have longevity. As Marty stated earlier, we would get in some companies and in a month or two, they're just gone. We don't even know where they went. That will not happen with Unpassive. Unpassive will have longevity for decade after decade after decade. And by the way, Ash is always developing new products in new niches that he believes can be improved, make a superior product, and bring it to market at a lower price point. Today, we have about over 50 products in Unpassive, and that is growing every week, every month. So really, really a good place to be. So what is Unpassive going to do for you? Really, that's the bottom line. Can I make money with Unpassive? I've never marketed before. I really don't know how to do this stuff. I don't have the time to learn it. Can I get into Unpassive and make money? That's what a lot of people ask as they come into Unpassive. And the answer to that is yes. So what is Unpassive going to do for you? As you come in, Unpassive is going to go into their toolbox of IT products. They're going to make you a sales marketing platform. Then they're going to hook it up to AI. That's when it becomes 100% automated, as Marty said. Once they hook up the sales platform to the AI, artificial intelligence, everything is 100% automated, and Unpassive will manage all of this. So what are they going to do after they make the sales platform, hook it up to AI? They're going to start sending traffic for you, and they're going to reach back into their toolbox. And one of the products of Unpassive is traffic. And they drive traffic better than anybody I've ever known. And all traffic is getting good, qualified eyes in front of the products of Unpassive, having individuals come in, look at them, love them, buy them, and then use them. That's what traffic is. And Unpassive is going to do that for you. So they're going to start driving traffic for you specifically. As the customer comes in, they're going to manage them. As the customer buys, they're going to manage that. As the customer uses the product, they're going to manage that. So everything that happens within your organization, within your business with Unpassive, is going to be managed by Unpassive. Okay. This is so unique, so revolutionary. I've never seen a company do this before in my lifetime, and I've never heard of it in the history of business. Actually being able to come in, go into business with a company, and have them manage everything, including the customers, and all you do is participate. And I'll get to that in just a second. So as we look at Unpassive, there are 4 concepts that I like to keep in the back of my mind. As you come in, it is a self-funding program. You'll pay once, you'll go out of pocket once, you'll never have to go out of pocket again. The second one is for success. Unpassive, because of what they do, they're going to force you to be successful. All that means is they're going to force you to make money. Everybody loves that. I love that. The next 3 are product, customer, and volume. If you can bring the customers in with a great product and you can do the volume, now we have a formula where everybody coming into Unpassive will benefit from everything Unpassive does. And over time, customers will land in your organization. You'll build an income, you'll build a residual income, and you'll start to be able to build wealth online. And understand about the customers that are going to be coming in and landing in your organization. These customers are already using products right now that are similar to Unpassive, not near as good, just similar. And as they come in and use the products of Unpassive, they will come in and they will pay for that product. It's a monthly fee. What does that do for you and I? All of a sudden, because the customers are coming in, they're never going to leave because the products, they're absolutely going to love them. As they come in, now they pay a monthly fee, and it makes our income residual, i.e. you get enough customers in there that residual income keeps to go up, and now you can start building wealth. It really is extraordinary what Ash Mufareh has done. And as you start to think about the products of Unpassive, cutting edge, built from the ground up, superior, lower price point, customers coming in, why? Makes their life easier, makes their job easier, makes their bottom line better. Everything gets better in their personal life and in their business life. They are just going to continue to come in as Unpassive rolls out the products of Unpassive. So as we look at Unpassive, what Ash Mufareh has done, he's made it very, very easy for individuals like you and I to come in and be a part of Unpassive. How do we do that? Today, as Susie talked about earlier, there's a position, is the founding position, is the early bird position. It is a $97 position. You come in, you pay once, you'll never have to go out of pocket again. It's $97 plus $5, $102. This position today, the window on this position is closing. And I can tell you flat out that we don't have more than a couple of weeks for the founding position to remain open. This is a very, very valuable position. What it does, as people come in and become a founder today, Unpassive goes to work for you immediately. Today, Unpassive is running marketing campaigns to bring additional founders in. And when those founders come in, those individuals go in our organization. They might go above you, below you, wherever it is. But everybody in Unpassive benefits from what Unpassive is doing today. The founding members in Unpassive benefit from what Unpassive is doing with their marketing campaigns. Now, there are many, many other benefits to the founding position. There will be bonuses. There'll be additional traffic that Ash will send into your organization. Many different benefits to becoming a founding member, but that window is closing very, very quickly. So as you learn more about Unpassive, how it works, what it's doing, and you decide you want to become a founding member, don't wait, because you might wait too long and you'll miss that window of opportunity. So today you can come in, become a founding member, pay the $97 one-time payment, and you will be locked into the company and you will be locked into the pay structure of Unpassive. That's really important too. So what happens when Unpassive goes into the global launch of Unpassive? And again, we are in that process of going into the global launch. As Unpassive goes into the global launch, all the founding members of Unpassive, we will come in. There will be a subscription fee that we have to pay. We believe it'll be between $100 and $300. We don't know the exact cost yet. I just say $300. It is a subscription fee to get all the products of Unpassive. That's what it's going to cost each and every founder that comes in. It is a one-time payment, just like the founder fee. This is a one-time payment. You go out of pocket once, you will never have to go out of pocket again. Unlike the founder fee, this fee is a monthly fee, but you don't need to worry about that. You will pay it once. You'll never have to go out of pocket again. And then the preceding months after that, again, we've gone into the global launch. The preceding months after that, you will pay from the proceeds you make from Unpassive. Remember, Unpassive is going to force you to be successful. So you will never have to go out of pocket more than once with the $300. Once that happens, you go into your back office, you click the button, you become the independent reseller of the IT product. Why did I say that? We all have to have that title of independent reseller of the IT product in order for Unpassive to pay us. It has to do with the regulators around the world. Don't let that title scare you, independent reseller of the IT product. You don't have to sell, you don't have to buy, you don't have to recruit, you don't have to share. Unpassive is 100% automated, but we need that title before Unpassive can pay us. Let's back up to the subscription fee. Again, I told you, once we pay that subscription fee, we get all the IT products, the AI IT products of Unpassive. Unpassive will use those products to build a marketing platform, hook it up to AI, drive traffic in, and bring customers into us. This is what Unpassive is going to do for each and every one of us. I can guarantee, 100%, guarantee you have never seen this in your life. You have never seen a system that was structured in a way so that you will be successful. And we guarantee you will be successful. For success, you will be successful. Again, Ash Mufareh, it's absolutely genius what he's done, not only with the product side of Unpassive, but the structure of Unpassive and what he's going to be doing for you and I as we come in and participate with Unpassive. I want to hit the volume side just one more time to let you understand how big a deal this is and how much volume is going to be coming in very, very quickly. If I look at 4 products of Unpassive, and those products are OConnect, O'Academy, that's the educational platform, OStaff, that's the HR platform, and OTraffic, that's the traffic, the traffic tool that they have. If I look at those 4 products and the companies that are servicing those niches right now, they do about $483 billion in revenue a year. Okay. That is a massive amount of revenue. What if Unpassive can come in and with these 4 products, and again, Unpassive has over 50 products, all of them as good as these 4. If they can come in with these 4 products and take 10% of that market away from the individuals that are servicing these niches today, that's $48 billion coming into Unpassive with just 4 products. Why is that important? Early on, Ash Mufareh talked to us about the revenue, the amount of wealth that's going to be coming into Unpassive. And he told us what he wanted to do. And this is so, I don't think it's rare. I don't think it's ever been done before. He came in and he said, listen, I want to share the majority of the resources, the majority of the wealth that's coming in with the founding members. And he didn't want to share 10 or 12 or 15%. He wanted to share 52, 55, 60, 65% of the wealth coming in with the founding members. And if you can take 10% out of those 4 niches, 483 billion, 48 billion coming into Unpassive, the majority of that money is going to be coming to you and I in our organization. And as the money comes into our organization, as soon as it hits your organization, it's yours. You can take it out. There are no additional qualifications except paying the subscription fee and today paying the founder fee. Once that happens, the money hits, no qualifications. Unpassive will never tell you how much you can or can't make. It hits your organization, you take it out, you put it in the bank, and it's yours. And that will never, ever change. So what Ash Mufareh has done, it is so unique. He really has a heart to serve. And as you come in and learn more about Unpassive, learn more about Ash Mufareh, you're going to understand the heart of Ash, what he's trying to accomplish here. He's not trying to become the richest man in the world, although I believe he could. He's coming in and he's trying to help people get to that place where you really just don't worry about finances anymore. So Unpassive is one of those unique companies that's going to give tremendous value to the world. The value is going to be so good that as customers come into Unpassive, they're not going to be able to say no. So where are we in the process of a global launch? We're there, guys. We're there. 2 weeks ago, Ash introduced us to the 2 floors that he got on the Burj Khalifa building in Dubai. It's on the 134th floor and the 151st floor, which is we are now the highest corporation in the world. This is such a big deal. If you don't know anything about Dubai, that part of the world, and the Burj Khalifa building, look it up. You're just going to be amazed. Not just anybody gets in there. You have to be a major player. And again, today, Unpassive is a unicorn company. Before the launch, we come into the marketplace as the big guy on the block. Nobody is going to bully us around. And as we introduce our products to the customers of the world, they're not only going to love it, but Unpassive is going to become a household name from America to Europe to wherever you are in the world, whether it's Papua New Guinea, whether it's Africa, wherever it is. This is something that is truly unique. You have the opportunity to come in, become a founding member, lock yourself in the company and the pay structure, and participate with everything that Unpassive is doing. Always recommend you come in, become a founding member, and then continue to explore Unpassive. These 5 panelists that are here are going to share some stuff with you. Unpassive, every time you learn more about Unpassive, it just gets better and better than you thought it could be. And these 5 will tell you, they'll tell you a little bit more about Unpassive. They'll fill in any of the blanks that I missed. And from there, just get ready because your life is going to change today. Susie, go ahead and take it away. I hope that was okay.
I hope that was okay. That was lovely and wonderful. Thank you so much, Marty. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and Mike doing that presentation. What I like about Mike is he's a no-nonsense kind of guy. I always say that. He's transparent. That's what we're all about, transparency. We tell it like it is. Clean business, full of integrity, looking to help all of us out there. And this is your opportunity to jump on board. I don't know about you, but when was the last time you were invited by a gracious CEO who is building this unbelievable company to join and partner with him and be part of it and to earn a piece of the pie from it? my whole life, I've never been invited to anything like this. And boy, are we all enjoying our time with OnPassive, and you can too. So we highly, highly recommend you get back to the person who invited you. They will share a link with you, and then you can sign up and become a founding member. You'll get into our back office. You're going to see far more information than what we could really talk about today. And you're just going to get more and more excited like the rest of us. I've put down in the chat that if you would like a copy of today's webinar, please send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com, and you will get a YouTube link with this presentation, because you may want to look at it again and you may say, like we believe you're going to think, oh my goodness, this is unbelievable. I want to invite some people I care about. You will have a link to share with them. You don't have to be in business. You don't have to really understand online business or marketing. Some of the stuff Marty went through at the beginning, you may say, I don't really know what an auto ship means. I don't understand all of that. And the best part is that's okay. OnPassive was made for all of us, whether you have a lot of experience or none. All we're asking is that you have a positive mindset, you catch the vision, jump on board, and you will not be disappointed. We can guarantee you that. So I think today we'll start off with Mr. Redfern for a change. Look at that. He's surprised.
I am.
Yes, he wasn't quite ready. I like to keep you fellas on your toes. So Red comes to us from the UK. He's a chef, actually somewhat a retired chef at this point. And Red has been with OnPassive just about since we got started in 2018, I believe. And he knows the business inside and out. We call him Mr. Q&A. He attends a lot of our webinars and is able to help other founders answer their questions. And he's a lot of fun. He has a big heart, and he has a huge conviction of this company and what it's going to do for all of us. Is that right, Red?
That certainly is right, Susie. And thank you very much for the very kind words. As you know, I don't do compliments very well, but never mind. So for the guests here, now I normally talk about other stuff, but today I'm actually going to talk about OnPassive, the company, and you, the founders. Now, many of you here have probably had dealings with other companies and all the rest of it, as Mike and Marty both said. Why do I love OnPassive so much? Quite frankly, because I know it is a legal and legitimate company that I am proud to be part of. Everything about OnPassive has been done the right way. What do I mean by this? We have put the foundations in place, and we have done all of the things before we have even launched. That means getting the right certifications, the right legal documents, the registrations. All of these things have been done before we've even got started. We actually actively encourage all of us founders to take control of our finances, to pay our taxes in the countries that we reside in. This is a company that you will be proud to have an association with. All you need to do at the moment is get online, go and have a look at onpassive.com, get onto YouTube, and you will see the hundreds and thousands of videos from around the world where we are already located. And this is before we have launched as a customer-based business. Now, remember, this presentation today that Mike Ellis exquisitely explained to us is for the founder's position. When was the last time that you had a chance to get your foot in the door before we've even started? Remember, we are going to be a customer-based business selling digital products and services and many other things as well. And this is how we gain our residual income from that revenue coming in from the customers. But this presentation is for a founder's early bird position. Now, look at the big names that are out there now, the Amazons, the Apples, the YouTubes and the Facebooks and all of these other mega giant companies that are out there right now, what would you give to be a founder in one of those companies? I would give everything if I knew what I know now. We are giving you the opportunity for only $97 to get and secure that early bird position in the next mega giant company that is going to be out there. We have everything in place. Everything is going exactly according to plan by our CEO and founder, Ash Mufareh. But one thing is for sure, guys, this window of opportunity to become a founder is going to close very soon. And I mean within weeks. So get back to the person who has invited you here. Do yourselves a favor. Lock that spot in whilst you still have time. What you don't want to do is wake up one morning and go, I knew I should have got in. I was told about it and I didn't do anything about it. You are not going to look stupid when this company becomes the next Amazon or the next eBay or the next Google or any of those out there. It's a meal out to change your lives. Back over to you, Susie.
Yes, a meal out. Thank you, Red. You're absolutely right. I keep saying, when have you ever been invited to do something like this? Never, never. This is great. Thank you so much. We're going to take another gentleman from the UK. With us is Andy Burks. Andy Burks has been involved for quite some time with OnPassive. As you'll hear from him, he has a big financial background. Not really a techie kind of guy. You see, OnPassive is for everyone. Doesn't matter what your background is. What I really like is Andy likes to have a lot of fun with money and dollar numbers. And he likes to spin my head a little bit when he goes through just a little example of what you may want to start thinking about as how the numbers will work with OnPassive. So with that said, Andy, it's all yours.
Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Marty. I love this business. As Susie said, I am not technically minded in the slightest. I don't know how half of these products work, but I don't care, because at the end of the day, the simplicity of it is what excites me. They will register me a domain name, build me a website, drive specific targeted traffic to the website, close the sale, deal with all the customer support, and pay me for every customer that comes on board. This is phenomenal. Now we are starting at a place where the company is valued at well over 5 billion already, and we haven't launched. Now, this is far higher or far greater than most companies can even aspire to. So this is a phenomenal start, but we anticipate taking on over 100 million customers in our first year. Now, we are currently around 1.2 million founders. So that's around about 1.2% of the first year's customer base. And our total customer base is near on 5 billion potential customers. So it's a phenomenal opportunity. Now, I like to give an example, and I'm going to stress this is purely an example. I'm going to be extremely conservative, and I'm going to say to you that there are two ways that you can go. Now, I don't like the word recruiting because I'm not very good at it anyway. But I do share this opportunity with others. And that's what this webinar is for, to share with others and give them the opportunity to understand what this is all about. So let's say, for argument's sake, that I do absolutely nothing. And it's going to take OnPassive 2 weeks to give me the 3 customers I need so that I never make another payment out of pocket again. And from then on, it's going to take 3 months to provide 3 further customers for me and 3 more for each of the 3 I've already taken on. So it'll go me plus 3 is 4, times 3 is 12, plus your 4, 16, 16 times 3, 48, I can see you nodding, plus your 16, 64, 64 times 3, 192, plus your 64, 256 customers. Now that's, as I said, it's purely an example of the power of numbers. So you got 256 customers at the end of the first year. You've done absolutely nothing. You've waited for the company to build you the business, which it will do. Now, as I said before, we anticipate taking on 100 million customers, so it could be very much higher than that, but let's just say it's 256. If you shared this opportunity by bringing them along to something like the webinar that we have today, and 9 others joined you on that journey, you've got 10 to start with. You can multiply those figures by 10. So you'd have 2,560 customers at the end of the first year instead of 256. That increases your income 10 times. So what is your income goal? How quickly do you want to achieve that income goal? Is it 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 a month? Your choice. This is the only company I've ever seen. I've been a financial advisor for 37 years, and this is the only company I've ever seen that can do that for us. Now, pensions is a very good example, because in the UK in particular, the average pension pot, that's people that have saved their money over 30 years, is £68,897, which will roughly give an income of about £3,000 a year, plus your old age pension, which is another 7,155 average, so just over 10,000. So the actual monthly income is £846 a month. Now, I don't know about you, but I sure as hell can't survive on £846, having worked for 30 years and put that amount of money away. Now, we're talking, as Red said, in the UK, it's £75. That's a night out, a meal for 2. Yeah, and when we go live, it's another 220 odd pound. So you're building a business, building a pension by putting £400 away. Now, I've offered savings plans to expats over the years, and the average that they put away in places like Dubai and Saudi and Oman, etc., is $1,000 a month over 20 years. So they put away 240,000 over that period of time and hope that it's worth 800,000 to $1 million, which gives you an income of 50,000 a year. Now, that's still not a lot in comparison to what we're talking about, £400, 300 odd pound, 400 odd dollars, to potentially provide an income far greater than any retirement opportunity that I've ever offered or been able to offer to customers or clients over the last 37 years. I hope that helps, Susie.
Boy, does it. I mean, love when you go through those numbers. And you're absolutely, absolutely right, Andy. Just the 97 US dollars to come in, and then the fee to activate between $200 and $300. And you don't have to recruit if you don't want to, and you still will be successful. It's not required. Andy's example was just, if you have friends and family that you want to talk to about this, send them a copy of this presentation. They're going to be glad that you invited them. That's what I did when I first heard about it. I've got friends and family in who know really nothing about online marketing or online businesses. You know, they weren't afraid to come on board because you do not have to manage people. You don't have to manage the customers. That's what I loved about it. You're plugged in. ONPASSIVE goes to work for you and takes care of all the customer service, anything that our customers need. How beautiful is that? So thank you, Andy. It's a very good illustration of how taking that step today can really change your financial future and your retirement. So last but not least, we're going to wrap things up with Charles Osong. Charles comes to us from the USA. Charles has over 30 years in the IT field. He has helped founders all across the globe. He traveled just recently and spent a lot of time in Africa. He knows the business inside and out. He's a great leader with ONPASSIVE, and he's going to wrap things up with some of his insight about ONPASSIVE. Okay, Charles, it's all yours.
Thank you, Susie, and thanks to all the panelists that went ahead of me. Well, how difficult it is to be the last person. Now I feel your pain, Andy. Because when you are the last, it's not easy, right? I know you guys have said it all. You said everything. All I'm just gonna do, kind of motivate you guys, especially those of you who are guests, the founders. You've heard me like a trillion times talking about how unique Unpassive is, and that's because, like most of the panelists here, been there, done that. We've done everything. In fact, it is easier for me to count what I haven't done than to try counting the things that I have done. That's big, right? And everything that I do, when something goes wrong, I have to ask myself, why? What happened? And the reason is I like to fail forward. What that means is you learn from your mistakes so that you don't repeat the same mistakes. And over the years, I've been able to come down to 3 basic questions, right? Because I used to do MLM and I stopped doing that about 6 years ago. I said, no more. Same reason that we all stopped. Same reason that Marty gave you in the beginning. Kind of hard to bring people with you, right? So I stopped. And then I developed those 3 questions, which helps me eliminate these businesses within 5 minutes. Question number 1, do you have to recruit or sell to make money? And no, we've all said that. And when I say recruit, when I say sell, I mean even to one person. And when I say make money, I mean serious money, not chump change. Enough money to give me financial freedom, right? And this is what Unpassive brings to the table. You do not have to recruit or sell to even one person to make more than enough money for you and your family. Can you believe that? It hasn't happened. Thanks to AI-driven traffic. Thanks to a CEO who is the best in that game. Question number 2. Do I have to come out of pocket every month? Marty mentioned it. Susie talked about auto ship. In the industry, they call it auto ship, meaning you have to pay some bill every month. And guess what? When times get hard, when the going gets tough, that is the first thing that goes out the window. Unpassive has eliminated that. And question number 3, the last but certainly not the least. Red Reference just mentioned legitimate company. Now the question number 3 is, does the company have legitimate, viable products? Yes, we do. And when I say legitimate, we're talking about legal. When I say viable, we're talking about products that have a use for us on a daily basis. If you don't have them, life is miserable. Think about your cell phone. Think about internet access. These are products nowadays, when you don't have them, it's almost as if you're not breathing. Those are viable products. Now, Unpassive has legitimate, viable digital products. The most viable, by the way, the most sophisticated. We have these products out there, but we have come and we have introduced AI in every step of the development process and made sure that we are on top of the game at least 5 years. Now, my friends, if you can find all 3 of these things in one place, in one company, meaning you don't have to recruit or sell to make a lot of money, you don't have to pay a monthly auto ship, and then you have viable products. If you find all 3 in one place, in any company, you talk to any one of us on this panel, and we are going to be your first customer. Believe me, that's a promise. Why do I say that? Companies may have 1 of those, maybe 2 of those, but not all 3. It hasn't happened. Unpassive is the first of its kind. It's a business, but it's more than a business. It is a revolution. It is democracy in business. Why? because it's business of the people, for the people, and by the people. It has never happened. Please jump on board. Do not miss out. Back to you, Susie.
Thank you, Charles. You hit the nail on the head. Good way to wrap up this webinar. You see, keep it simple. Try not to overthink this. There is so much information, and today you just heard like some really good nuggets about it. We have a CEO, Ash Mufareh, who has put forward a revolutionary business, and he's changed the business world and the business model by inviting us to partner with him. It's just something that you will never, ever see in your lifetime. And some people find it hard to believe, but it is the truth. We are transparent. We're a clean business. We have integrity. We have a great leader with Ash Mufareh, and he is setting the tone to run business different than it's ever been run before. And that's why some people can't really believe it, but it is true. So we highly recommend you get back to the person who invited you. They will share their registration link. They'll help you get on board. You'll be plugged in. You'll be able to attend our private founders only webinars. Now, we also put in the chat, I did, if you want a copy of today's presentation, just send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. Marty will send you a link of what you saw today so you can re-listen or you can share it with other people. So this is your opportunity. We run these meetings every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. We do this if you want to invite somebody, but once again, the opportunity is closing very, very soon. So we highly recommend you grab a copy of today's presentation and share it with the people that you really care about. So thank you for the panel. Great presentation, Mike. Thanks for all the input. Red, Andy, Charles, and Marty. Get back to the person who invited you, and we will see you at the very top where your ears will definitely pop. Okay.
Quick announcement, Susie. On
Yes,
Thursday,
okay. Yes.
those of you who are going to come in today, the window is getting slimmer and slimmer for founders. Believe me when I say that. So because of that, I've added some more guest webinars. So Thursday, if you come in, you have some little chance to bring your loved ones in so that they do not miss out as well. 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, okay? So that way we can have people from Europe, also from Africa. We can all be there and make sure we get some quality founders, people that we want to help along this journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. Okay, thank you, everyone. Have a great day.